Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Shaking and vibration at the surface of the Earth resulting from underground movement along a fault plane or from volcanic activity. A disturbance that is extremely disruptive. Selling the company caused an earthquake among the employees. Shake with seismic vibrations. Shaking and vibration at the surface of the Earth resulting from underground movement along a fault plane or from volcanic activity. Shake with fast, tremulous movements. Shaking and vibration at the surface of the Earth resulting from underground movement along a fault plane or from volcanic activity. Shaking and vibration at the surface of the Earth resulting from underground movement along a fault plane or from volcanic activity. A natural phenomenon involving the structure or composition of the Earth. The act of making a noisy disturbance. A disorderly outburst or tumult. Confused movement. A commotion of people fought for the exits. An act of delaying or interrupting the continuity. A disorderly outburst or tumult. An event that results in a displacement or discontinuity. The act of causing disorder. A noisy fight. A disorderly outburst or tumult. They were amazed by the furious disturbance they had caused. Electrical or acoustic activity that can disturb communication. Psychiatry. A psychological disorder of thought or emotion. A more neutral term than mental illness. Activity that is a malfunction, intrusion, or interruption. He looked around for the source of the disturbance. An unhappy and worried mental state. There was too much anger and disturbance. The act of disturbing something or someone. Setting something in motion. The motion made by flapping up and down. Wink briefly. A disorderly outburst or tumult. Move back and forth very rapidly. Beat rapidly. Move along rapidly and lightly, skim or dart. The act of moving back and forth. Abnormally rapid beating of the auricles of the heart, especially in irregular rhythm, can result in heart block. Flap the wings rapidly or fly with flapping movements. The seagulls fluttered overhead. A disorderly outburst or tumult. 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 A small earthquake. A small earthquake. An earthquake at the seabed. An instance of agitation of the Earth's crust. The violent interaction of individuals or groups entering into combat. The armies met in the shock of battle. A sudden jarring impact. All the jars and jolts were smoothed out by the shock absorbers. Surprise greatly. Knock someone's socks off. A mechanical damper. Absorbs energy of sudden impulses. The old car needed a new set of shocks. A reflex response to the passage of electric current through the body. Subjects received a small electric shock when they made the wrong response. An unpleasant or disappointing surprise. It came as a shock to learn that he was injured. an instance of agitation of the Earth's crust. The first shock of the earthquake came shortly after noon while workers were at lunch. The feeling of distress and disbelief that you have when something bad happens accidentally. He was numb with shock. Inflict a trauma upon. Strike with disgust or revulsion. The scandalous behavior of this married woman shocked her friends. A bushy thick mass, especially hair. He had an unruly shock of black hair. A pile of sheaves of grain set on end in a field to dry. Stalks of Indian corn set up in a field. Corn is bound in small sheaves and several sheaves are set up together in shocks. Collect or gather into shocks. Shock grain. Collide violently. Pathology. Bodily collapse or near collapse caused by inadequate oxygen delivery to the cells, characterized by reduced cardiac output and rapid heartbeat and circulatory insufficiency and pallor. Loss of blood is an important cause of shock. Strike with horror or terror. The news of the bombing shocked her. Subject to electrical shocks. Shake with seismic vibrations. An involuntary vibration, as if from illness or fear. A small earthquake. Shaking or trembling, usually resulting from weakness or stress or disease. An earthquake at the seabed.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.